a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
And welcome to the Consumer Quarterback Show, always helping you win in any marketplace, making you more street smart here as a more informed consumer, and also inviting you to our next gratitude party coming up in just a couple days, Thursday, February 15th, over at Brio Tuscan Grill. You can come over and meet some of our radio show personalities, some of our guests and expert contributors at Brio Tuscan Grill. Thursday, February 15th, 6 o'clock over at Brio. That's at the International Plaza Mall. Brio Tuscan Grill, the official restaurant partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. By the way, save the date next month if you can't make it this month. Third Thursday of the month, we're bringing in appetizers. They've got a cash bar there as well. 2223 North West Shore Boulevard in Tampa. Come on over and say hello to some of our real estate team, radio show partners, people that you've heard on the show, and we'd love to meet you. And if you got a business or something like that, great time to come over and say hello. We also have an interesting story. Homeowner Association manager embezzled nearly $25,000. This one's out of the Pinellas County Sheriff Bob Gualtieri's office, talking about that one in a recent article, who we've had Bob on our show, by the way. If you check out that interview at our YouTube channel, Brandon Rhymes Realty Consumer Quarterback Show. And, of course, all of our expert contributors can be found online at consumerqb.com, consumerqb.com. We got Bruce Woodburn coming up here in just a moment. He is the Lone Arranger, Crosscountry Mortgage, and a great friend to the Real Estate Quarterback Show and our team. And they do a great job pre-qualifying our buyers, and a great time to lock in some rates, talk about pre-approvals, maybe even refinance, pull some cash out, pay off some debt. Great time to do that as well. A couple of hot listings here. We got a couple of hot listings from the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. We always feature our listings live on air. It's our strategy that helps our sellers sell faster for more money, maximizing the exposure, helping you sell your property for the highest list price, sell price ratio in all of Tampa Bay. 18522 Gulf Boulevard. This one is a beautiful beachfront property. Have you ever wanted... I know a lot of people have. You always think about, man, I'd love to buy a beach house. Well, this is it. This is the one. It's 3 bedrooms, 3 bath, 2,000 square feet, 18522 Gulf Boulevard, number F, Indian Shores. Beachfront condo. You literally walk out your door, make a right. You're going down past you walk past some of the couple of parking spaces, and then you're walking just past your pool, your heated pool there, private heated pool, and you are on the sugar sand beaches and dolphin-filled waters of beautiful Pinellas County. This is on Gulf Boulevard, Indian Shores, upgraded kitchen, granite countertops, mosaic backsplash, high-quality cabinetry, engineered cherry hardwood floors, 3 balconies as well. You got 3 balconies. You look over to the right, and you're looking at the bridge there, and you look to the left, you're looking at the Gulf of Mexico. Last time I was there, I saw some dolphin out there rolling. A lot of cool times to be had there at your own beach condo right here in beautiful. Oh, by the way, $250 a month is the low HOA fee. $250 a month for the low HOA fee, Gulf Boulevard, and it can be a short-term rental. Great listing from the Platinum MVP team. Keller Williams Realty. Another waterfront beauty here at 5930 River Road. This one's in Newport Richey. This is a great opportunity to own a waterfront property. 80 feet of frontage on the Cody River. Bring your boats, jet skis, kayaks, canoes. 4 bedrooms, 3.5 bath. You also have almost 2,000 square feet heated. You have a kitchen with an oak breakfast bar. Formal dining room with chandelier, stained glass windows, large picture window. Living room features wood beam, coffered ceilings, fireplace, stone mantle, graceful archways. Too many upgrades to list here. Of course, there's a lanai as well, metal roof, stone construction. Great property. You can see all of our listings, 60-plus listings from our team at PlatinumCoastalElite.com. Check out PlatinumCoastalElite.com.
This is God's country.
All right, we're going to go to the phone line here. We got Bruce Woodburn, Crosscountry Mortgage. Welcome back, Bruce.
Lone Arranger.
That's right. That's right. I wish I had your intro music with the dun, 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 or whatever.
We can make that happen.
There it is.
How about that?
The Lone Arranger.
Yeah, baby.
Love it.
We are helping down here in the Tampa Bay area, knocking it out of the ballpark. It's interesting to see how business just literally transformed as of January the 3rd, isn't it? I mean,
absolutely.
people they're jumping in. I guess they were tired of those high interest rates, and now they're comfortable with them in the sixes. So I do want to talk a little bit about what's going on with interest rates right now, because there's a lot of chatter about the Fed doing some Fed cuts and things coming up in the future. And I just want to make sure that everybody really knows what the truth of it is, because the fake media, man, I'll tell you what, it's hard to really know what you can believe and what you can't believe.
So true.
You can ask me some questions, and I'll go ahead and answer them for you. So you shoot whenever you want.
Yeah, I love it too, and I got a clip I'm going to play later on of the Tucker interview with Putin. Wow, what a blockbuster interview that was, multi-millions of views. But he goes on and talks about the dollar. So I want to play a clip later on for you. I want to talk about the U.S. dollar and get your opinion from someone who's in finance, someone who's dealing with money every day and helping buyers qualify, helping homeowners refinance. What are you seeing on the refinance side?
Well, refinances are up. Matter of fact, 30% of mortgages in the United States right now are a refinance transaction. So it's interesting that people are willing to refinance right now, even though they may be sitting on a 3.5% 30-year fixed rate mortgage. I think what's happened is people, their life just happens, and they either want to do some, renovations or rehab on their house, or they want to consolidate debt. And so what we do is we look at the options between a home equity line of credit, because, hey, I don't think we're going to see 3.5% interest rates ever again. I just don't.
Right.
And so, I mean, do we really want to give that up, or should we just do a home equity line of credit? Well, you need somebody that can walk you through that process, because a lot of lenders, they don't get paid by doing a home equity line of credit. We don't make any money on it. But it doesn't mean it's not the right thing to do. So you have to have a lender that you can count on that's going to say, you know what, I think a home equity line of credit's a better deal for you. Or you might need somebody that says, I did the numbers, and it doesn't make sense to do a home equity line of credit for what you want to do. And some people, Brandon, they don't qualify for HELOCs. You have to have a little better credit. You have to have more equity in your home. They're going to be more conservative on the appraisal than they would on a traditional refinance. And so some people, it just doesn't work for them.
Bruce,
and
I'm glad you said that.
It does.
I'm glad you said that, because when in the real estate business, mortgage, finance, and even going into financial advising, there's so much commission-based advice out there, Bruce. Tell me about that. Drive that point home.
Well, if you're in business and your commission is what's driving your sales, then you are truly not out for the consumer's best interest. Most of the people that work for my company are salaried. They get paid whether I close a loan or not. That doesn't make any difference. So they're always looking at what is the best possible deal for the buyer, what works for them better. And whether it's a refinance or a home equity line of credit, or, could be something else. But we've got to look at the whole picture so that people are guided in the right direction. And I think, honestly, it's what's really, it's helped me maintain that reputation. It's helped me maintain my 5 stars on my Google reviews and Zillow reviews and Yelp reviews. And it's because people know they can count on me. I mean, I get calls from realtors that ask me questions about financing a transaction that I'm not even doing. They're like, I think this lender might be doing something wrong. They're asking for this or that. And does this sound right? And you know what? I guide them in the right direction. It's not even my transaction. Right? So, but that's why people count on you and I, because we're going to give them the information that best suits them, not to try to just make a sale. And I think that, so many people are out for the almighty dollar. They forget about the best needs of the consumer. And I think that if you do enough to help your consumers, they're going to come back to you anyway. I don't have to ask for the sale if I bring value to the transaction. People just want to work with you. I think it comes organically, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. It is. It's true. And I've had listing appointments where, I've told people, hey, look, this is a property that I wouldn't sell if I were you. I would keep this property. And you might say, well, you're a realtor. You make money on commissions selling properties. But in this case, it was a nice home. He had an extra lot. It was a waterfront lot next to his home. I said, you know what? I would keep this in because he had it all gated in. I said, don't sell that lot. I mean, that extra lot makes your home exponentially more valuable. You know what I mean, Bruce?
More attractive. Yeah. Little, and you know what? That's what we do here, and that's why we enjoy what we're doing. You and I don't have to have the next sale. We want the next sale, I mean, because we're in business to do business. But, I mean, I don't want to ever do a loan for somebody that shouldn't have gotten a loan or should have gotten a different product. It's like, you know, are you best to go VA? I got veterans, and they'll go, I want to use my VA. Well, hey, you're putting 20% down. Let me run a conventional loan option for you. Oh, I really like to use my VA. No problem. Let's look at VA. Let's look at conventional. Let's see which one might work best for you. There's pros and cons to everything, and you just need somebody that's going to be able to lay it all out for you and give you all the facts. Do you mind if I give out my number?
Let's do it.
You can always reach me. It's a direct number. It's not a call center. It is my phone number, 813-213-4009. That's 813-213-4009. I'm Bruce Woodburn, the loan arranger, 35 years in the mortgage business, one of the top producing loan officers, not only in Tampa Bay area, but in the country. And I don't say that to brag. I just say that because I got a great team that caters to our clients. If you want to go on and apply online, go to WeBringYouHome.com. Easy, easy, easy. And you can always tune into my show On the Bone on Saturdays at noon as well. So,
yeah, I love it.
Yeah, and Brandon, what a great guest. He brings so much talent to my radio show. I love having you. We've got several transactions. Listen, audience, I've got several transactions, real deals that Brandon and I are working on right now. And we are helping people throughout the state of Florida and even out of state. We just closed the transaction together in it was either Georgia or North Carolina. So we can help you wherever you go, wherever you want to go. Brandon can help you in any state with Keller Williams. They've got great programs to accommodate you no matter where you want to buy or sell. So you got all the talent right here in your backyard.
Absolutely. Bruce Woodburn, the Loan Arranger here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. I'm your host, Brandon Rhymes, and we're going to take a quick break. Bruce, when we come back, I want to talk about this interview with Putin, and he was talking about the U.S. dollar, talking about the challenges to the U.S. dollar and how the United States seems to be weaponizing it by printing money, and how does that affect mortgage rates, and I want to bring all that together. Bruce Woodburn here coming up on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Make sure you follow us online. We'd love to connect with you at Brandon Rhymes1 at Consumer Quarterback Show, which is CQB Show, as well as subscribe to the YouTube channel, Brandon Rhymes Realty. Please do us that huge favor, and you can see all of our experts at consumerqb.com. We'll be right back.
Thanks for listening to My Daddy's Show. Please make sure to send him all of your real estate deals and subscribe to the Consumer Quarterback Show podcast on iTunes and Spotify, or check out our YouTube channel. Have a blessed day.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 727-263-3707. Online at consumerqb.com.
Dennis Prager here for Brandon and Lindsay Rhymes, owners of the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams. Buying, selling, investing in real estate, their nationwide Keller Williams network makes them the best team to work with. Sellers, have your property featured live on air, creating multiple offers. Buyers, leverage a unique system that gets your offer accepted, never overlooked. Call or text 813-750-0550, 813-750-0550, or consumerqb.com.
I want to give a special thanks to Satellite Phone Store. They just hooked me up with this beautiful satellite phone, and it's a gorgeous phone. It's a great device. It's a safety device as well. Think about it. If you're out on the boat 40, 50 miles out, maybe you're going hunting or you're going hiking in the woods somewhere, you run out of cell phone service, or who knows, maybe a possible terrorist attack. It's not like our politicians aren't entrenched in all this stuff going on overseas, all over the place, all over the world. Could be a terrorist attack. They could attack the power grid. They could attack the cell phones. Who knows what they're going to attack next. Sat123.com/REQB. Sat for satellite. Sat123.com/REQB, like real estate quarterback.
You're listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. Consumer Quarterback Show. We take great pride in helping our sellers profit more and sell faster. It's been a really unique and innovative strategy that I've employed and invested in, the innovation. We've invested well over $1 million into growing our real estate company. We started back in 2013 with the radio talk show and the real estate quarterback show, that is, back in the day, and then we rebranded to the Consumer Quarterback Show. And the goal is that we feature all of our listings live on air. The strategy is that we're getting more exposure. Look, no matter what you're selling, could be a watch, could be an antique car, you need more people to see it, more people to know about it, right? So what better than featuring our listings live on air on our daily syndicated talk show, seen and heard by thousands of people daily, right here on 860 The Answer, 102.5 The Bone, Apple TV, Roku, syndications on Amazon Fire TV, of course, YouTube, Rumble, all the major sites. 2907 North Florida Avenue. This is a commercial property, just under $3 million listing. We just did a price improvement on this property as well. 2907 North Florida Avenue in Tampa. We have 7,300 square foot heated, 12,000 total square footage, 75.75, 3/4 of an acre. Located in a business development area in Tampa Bay, developing, and just a great business area. So you have 29 parking spots, 2 buildings. One building is rented out, has kicking off about $6,500 a month in income. The other building is huge, great opportunity for retail, for warehouse. I mean, it could be used for a lot of different uses. You also have 3 office spaces up front. 2907 North Florida Avenue in Tampa. Hot listing from the Platinum MVP team. Keller Williams Realty, 6441 4th Palm Point. Now, this is another great listing. This is a great opportunity for a homeowner. You want to buy that waterfront property on St. Pete Beach? Well, this is it. 3 bedrooms, 2 bath, 2280 square feet. Stunning views of Boca Ciega Bay. You got a single level split floor plan here. Spacious kitchen for entertaining. You have a fireplace, hurricane rated windows, and you have that pool with the private boat dock there and deck. It's a great opportunity to own real estate. St. Pete Beach, great opportunity here in Tampa Bay. You can see all of our listings. PlatinumCoastalElite.com. Check out PlatinumCoastalElite.com. And a quick shout out to our friends over at Replenish IV Solutions, longtime friends of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Now, I go down at least once a month. I get a vitamin infusion right into my bloodstream, get hooked up with the IV, get that proverbial oil change, as they say. ReplenishIVSolutions.com. ReplenishIVSolutions.com. All right, we got Bruce Woodburn on the show, mortgage expert, contributor, all things finance and mortgage. We want you talking to Bruce on that, the Loan Arranger, Crosscountry Mortgage. Bruce, the dollar. A lot of people have been saying, I get these conversations when I'm out and about talking to people, different places, networking events or different parties. We're talking about the dollar. I want to play this quick clip and then get your reaction here. This is Tucker interviewing Putin.
Well, let's just give one example, the US dollar, which has kind of united the world. In a lot of ways, maybe not to your advantage, but certainly to ours. Is that going away as the reserve currency, the universally accepted currency? How have sanctions, do you think, changed the dollar's place in the world?
To use the dollar as a tool of foreign policy struggle is one of the biggest strategic mistakes made by the U.S. political leadership. The dollar is the cornerstone of the United States power. I think everyone understands very well that no matter how many dollars are printed, they are quickly dispersed all over the world. Inflation in the United States is minimal. It's about 3 or 3.4%, which is, I think, totally acceptable for the U.S. But they won't stop printing. What does the debt of $33 trillion tell us about? It is about the emission. Nevertheless, it is the main weapon used by the United States to preserve its power across the world. As soon as the political leadership decided to use the US dollar as a tool of political struggle, a blow was dealt to this American power. I would not like to use any strong language, but It is a stupid thing to do.
Stupid thing to do. What do they say? Keep your enemies closest and all that. And a lot of people, Tucker caught a lot of flack for going overseas and doing that. But to me, it's journalism. You go where you're not maybe supposed to go, where other people won't go. You ask the tough questions. He also asked about the journalist that was being kept in prison over there. He asked some tough questions. Who blew up the Nord Stream pipeline? But for our finance segment here, Bruce, what's your reaction to what seems to be the shrinking U.S. dollar?
Well, there's some truth to what he's saying, but it doesn't need to come from Putin. I mean, we all know that we've been printing money too long. I don't need Putin to tell me that. We've been telling our own government that for years. But the thing is that in the political environment that we're in right now, particularly when liberals are in charge of running this country, they like to print money. And they are printers. They just keep printing and printing and printing because they think that it makes things better for people. But all it does is delay the problem. Listen, what we experienced with high interest rates just in the last couple of years with interest rates going up was a direct in direct proportion to us printing money. And we did it for so long, but it didn't start with Biden. It started long before Biden. Matter of fact, it's been almost every president since Clinton. And I wasn't a Clinton fan, okay?
Right.
But he was the only one that balanced the budget. But ever since then, all we've done is print money. And we kept saying that when you print money, then you're gonna run into inflation. And we, by God, ran into inflation. And yes, inflation came out today, and it says that it's at 3.1%. They're trying to get to 2%, and so I don't even know if that's a real number. I can't tell because if I do the math, it seems like our inflation levels are higher than 3%. I don't know if you feel that, but I think the general consumer feels that it's higher than 3%. 3%, you wouldn't notice a big deal, but people going to the pump, going to the grocery store, I'm telling you right now, it's a whole lot higher than 3%. May have been maybe 3% more than last year, but it just kept building and building and building. So I don't need Putin to tell me that. Listen, there's nothing that comes out of Putin's mouth that I think has anything to do with making our country a better place. And him being critical of us, I'd be disappointed if he wasn't. But there are plenty of things to say about Russia. And do we weaponize money? Do we use it to gain strength? Of course we do. We're going to use whatever we have. It's like, Brandon Rhymes. He uses his good looks to go out and get business, okay? He's a handsome guy, right? He's got to use whatever assets you have. These are our assets. And if that's one of our tools, then that's one of our tools. I don't think that's a bad thing. I think it's a bad thing that we actually do print money. But that doesn't need to come from him. I think we all know that. And that's something we're going to have to address with our government. But I'll tell you what, they start correcting it and you start feeling pain. And that was why the interest rates went up, because of inflation. You're going to feel pain when you have to make a correction. It's just the way it goes.
Yeah, but what it's also done is brought rise to the BRICS nations, and more nations are are joining that BRICS nation. So it could be, a step in the back. It's majorly a step in the wrong direction. We got about a minute left, Bruce. Let me know your final thoughts and also how you want people to connect with you.
All right. So my final thoughts are that yes, there could be some type of a global economy at some point in global currency. I hope that doesn't happen. I think that you and I should be long gone by then. The other thing is that interest rates will likely come down, but don't think they're going to come down as quickly as people think. As a matter of fact, they got worse this week. So be very cautious. Tread lightly. Don't float your rate for too long. It's not a floating environment right now. Bruce Woodburn, the Loan Arranger, 813-213-4009, or WeBringYouHome.com at 11 o'clock on the bone. Tune in.
There you go. And give me that outro. Give me that music one more time. Dun, dun,
you got it, my friend. We'll do the outro music.
There it is. All right. The Loan Arranger, Bruce Woodburn on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Taking a quick break. Coming back, Jason Mears in the house. Insurance update. Any good news in the insurance market? We're going to ask him. Also, Citizens. What's going on with Citizens? Condos. Legislation is being debated. Coming up here with Jason Mears, our insurance expert contributor on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Check us out online, consumerqb.com.
Hey, I'm Ken Shamrock, and you're here with Consumer Quarterback Show. And I say, Brandon Rhymes, knock out your competition.
To get in touch